Welcome to The Long Run. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christine.
What are we doing today?
Today we're going to be sharing with you our very last hauls of August. We've had quite a few hauls for August. We had the first one that was the very last weekend in July because August started in the middle of the week. And that was the main one where we told you that we were going to do a pantry challenge. But we did say we'd still be going and buying groceries for fresh produce for fill-in hauls. So we had that video, which we will link in the description. Then we had another video that showed the first and second weekends in August, and we will link that one in the description. And in this video, we're going to be showing you the last two hauls for August, the third and the fourth week. And that actually, the last day of August is a Saturday. So that actually ends perfectly for us because we shop on Saturdays.
Yep.
So, but 5 hauls on that. Normally we would be spending closer to $400 because we had an extra week of groceries to buy.
Yep.
So let's go see what we're going to get for the third. I almost said the first haul, but for the third week. Okay, so this is the third week of our pantry challenge. This is the haul that we got. As I mentioned in our previous video, Joel and I will be on a vacation this week, but our son is staying home. And so he told us what he thought he was going to eat while we were gone and asked us to pick these things up while we were in the store. He's going to make pizzas, and so we were out of pepperonis. And so he also needed some sauce to use for the pizza. And that was all he needed. The other things he's going to eat is like quesadillas, and we already had all of that in the pantry. So that was all he needed. And this here was not a request by him, but we have, sorry, I have a shaky hand today. We have Checkout 51 app is a rebate app, and every year it sends us $1 off of some kind of treat for your birthday. And since we have 3 birthdays in the month of August when we get the rebate offer, we always just get one thing and then we share it. And so we got this, but Joel and I are going to be going on a vacation, so this is probably going to be mostly by our son while we're gone. But Joel and I maybe will get a piece or two out of it before we head out for our vacation. But so this is all that we bought, all that we spent. We will get $1 back, but it was still $7.98, I think. But like I said, that's a birthday treat for 3 different people at one time. All right, and like I said, these are the only 2 things that we needed to make his meal plan complete. And that's all for this week. So we did have to run to the store for a couple of other things. And we also had to pick up some black beans. And the reason why is because I had dried beans that I think must have been in the pantry too long or something, because they've been soaking for 24 hours, just about, almost, and they're still like a rock. So I need them for the recipe tonight, which is just, we're grilling some chicken on the grill, and we're gonna make a lime, what's it called, Joel? Black bean and rice.
Yeah, we'll add some lime to it.
Yeah, you add lime to it for flavor, but it's rice and black beans. So we just grabbed some more black beans since the black beans I had in the pantry weren't any good anymore. Okay, so it is the next week, but you wouldn't know it because we got on the same clothes.
That's right. Because we batch record.
Because we didn't record the intro last week. But anyway, this is the last haul that we will have for this month. And when we get back home, we'll show you what we bought. Okay, we are back with our grocery haul, the very last one of August. And we had a few things to pick up. And one thing is, we did ask our son, who lives with us, for your birthday, what would you like to eat? And so that did cause me to have to buy a few things, which I'm going to tell you about in just a minute. But let's start looking at our stuff. Joel completely ran out of his decaf coffee. So we had to go ahead and get some. Like I said, we had things that we didn't know if it would last the whole month. And his completely ran out. He waited until he was completely out to pick up any. So that is what that is for him. He also has about maybe one of these English muffins left, so he went ahead and picked up another pack of those. We completely ran out of rice, and so we went ahead and got some, and we always, we always check, but it's generally cheaper to buy a big pack than to buy like 1 pound at a time. So we went ahead and got the 5 pounds, but we probably need about this much. But we'll have that into September and October probably. And Joel was completely out of creamer. Again, he completely ran out before getting more. Okay, now let's see. Our son did run out of his little Pringles, so we did go ahead and buy these. These are on rollback for right now, so $2 for each, not bad. Because it was like $2.50 or something. I don't remember exactly, but it's definitely on a rollback. It was higher than that. I do know that part, that much. It's still cheaper to buy them at Aldi, but we didn't go to Aldi because we had to buy some things at Walmart. But anyway, oh, and here's my bananas. Now, we asked our son, hold on. Okay. We asked our son, what would you like to eat for your birthday? Mind you, this is August in Florida. It's really hot. But what did he say? I want taco soup. Soup, you guys. But he loves taco soup so much. And so I did not have enough beans and stuff to make that. I didn't have all of those. And so we did have to pick up 1 can of kidney beans, 1 can of black beans, 1 can of whole kernel corn, 1 can of tomato sauce, and 1 can of diced tomatoes. And he always likes to eat his with some tortilla chips. So that was a birthday request, so I said, okay, that is fine. We will make it. Doesn't matter if it's not in the pantry. It's a birthday request. And it's a pretty reasonable one if you think about it, because we already had ground beef. Really, the most expensive thing we bought was the tortilla chips, obviously. Canned beans are not too bad. So we're happy to do that for him. I mean, he could have asked for a fancy dinner out, and instead he asked for soup. All right, so I think the total was $31.67. I can't remember exactly, but I will put that on the screen, and we'll be back to close out this video in just a second and tell you exactly how we ended off the month, exactly how much we spent in total.
All right, so there
is all the hauls between the prior videos plus this one, all the hauls for August. We're going to tell you what the total is in just a minute, but as I kind of hinted in the thumbnail, buyer beware kind of thing, a warning about something to watch out for in the grocery store. We're going to show you what that is.
Yeah.
And I took pictures too, just in case the video doesn't come off really well. But like you see here, this is breadcrumbs that we bought. If you look back at the hauls, you'll see the day that we showed that haul that we bought this. So the day that we went to use it, I opened this up. And as you can see, the tab is still intact right there. When I took the lid off, realized that it was open. So we're not saying this is a Walmart thing that they had a failure in their factory. It could have been that. It could have been a failure in the factory to seal that down and then not pay attention. Or it could have been somebody in the store who thought it would be cool to like see what it smelled like or something and didn't like the smell and put it back on the shelf. You never know. If y'all remember a few years back, there was somebody that like was eating ice cream in the ice cream section in some grocery store and just kept like taking bites and then putting it back in the freezer section. So you never know what somebody might do in the store that caused that. But our point was just to tell you that, you know, maybe when it comes to things with lids like this, you should go ahead and take it off and make sure that it's sealed.
Yep.
And not just assume that if the tab is sticking down and the lid is on top, that means that it is in fact sealed. We will be checking in the future ourselves to make sure that doesn't happen again. So we just wanted to say that as a little warning for you.
Yep.
All right, so now the totals.
All right, the total for our groceries for the month was $284.76. That was for 5 weeks.
Yes, the very last week of July,
Yep.
which we counted because the first of August fell like on Wednesday, so or Thursday, something like that. And so we went ahead and counted that week plus the 4 Saturdays of the month. So that's 5.
Yep.
Typically we spend around $390 or something on a typical month when there's 5 shopping hauls in that month. So between that and if you remember our second video in this series where we had a little oops with our chicken and had to buy $25 more worth of chicken, plus we had our black beans that we had to go buy canned black beans, and because we needed this in a hurry, we did go buy more of this. So between those little fiascos and the fact that it was 5 shopping hauls, we still were $100 under our normal spending.
Yep.
I think we did fairly well.
Yeah, not too bad.
I mean, we weren't home the entire time, but I'm not sure that would have made a huge difference. Yeah. I don't think it would have been $100 worth in 4 days.
I don't think so.
So, not our typical spending in 4 days anyway.
That's right. And so the balance of that, we moved over to our household items sinking fund. That was $315.24.
Yeah, pretty happy with this. I will say that, you know, we probably could have done better, but we don't keep a huge stockpile, and we didn't want to touch our hurricane stockpile.
That's right.
So we were, you know, limited in what we could make out of it, but I think we did pretty well at using some stuff that had been, you know, kind of sitting for a little while. So
That's right.
yeah. And maybe the next time that we do this, maybe we'll actually show the meals that we ended up using, but we were here so sporadically that I kept forgetting to record. Yeah. So anyway, we're pretty happy.
Yeah. So drop us some comments below and let us know how things are going in your area. Let us know how the price of eggs are going in your area, because they've kind of skyrocketed down here. But
yeah, we didn't buy eggs today when we were grocery shopping, which would be in a future haul anyway. But they were like $3.77 per dozen.
Yep.
Yikes!
Yeah. So let us know what they're running in your area. I'd like to know that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's going. I think that's going to do it today. For the long run, I'm Joel.
And I'm Christine.
Don't forget the long run. Give yourself a little grace.
Bye.